Not me saying Maryland, like the people in Maryland. Yes, I felt like it was giving something like that. Hey boo, welcome back to my channel. Today, let's talk about the books I'm going to read in March. Yes, it is the middle of March, but I'm still going to give you my TBRs. First, we have a buddy read with my good friend Nubian Splash _CC. And we are going to read Brooklyn by none other than Tracy Brown. Now, if you've been around this channel for a little while, you know that I am definitely a Tracy Brown fan. Unfortunately, she did pass away last year. It is 320 pages, and check out what they have to say. It says, Tracy Brown crafts a tale about a master manipulator, a serial survivor who will scorch the earth to get what she wants. The question isn't who murdered her, the question is who wouldn't. Brooklyn Melody James has finally gotten the punishment she deserves after leaving a web of lies, heartache, and betrayal behind her. As her life slips away, Brooklyn remembers the events that shaped her into the cold, calculating creature she became. She learned the art of hustling from her parents, who used the church to get money, idolizing her father and despising her mother. Brooklyn's determined to be the type of woman who makes her own rules. When her back's up against the wall, she sacrifices her family, takes the burnt offerings that remain, and run away. In NYC, young Brooklyn charms her way into the inner circle of hustlers, stick-up kids, learning tricks along the way. She catches the eye of a major player in the drug game, Hassan, and they have a breathless love affair. Brooklyn becomes integrated in his operation, earning the trust of Hassan and his associates. But when she gets the keys to the kingdom, driven by unfettered ambition and ruthless desire to survive, Brooklyn snatches the pot of gold, leaving bitter retribution promises behind her. From DC to Maryland, not me saying Maryland, like the people in Maryland, Brooklyn burns bridges and breaks hearts. She doesn't realize what she doesn't realize is that someone is prepared to end her reign of terror. As she faces her killer and her fate, Brooklyn's stunned that justice comes from the least likely place. Ooh, yes, this book just came out. What is this? This balloon that came over here. Get away. So that you can check out our thoughts as we go through this book, 4 chapters at a time. So we taking our time with it, baby. All right, the next book that I'm going to read in March is How to Kill Your Family. Now, I didn't want them to pick this book, y'all. This is my BBD virtual book club. They decided to go with this book. We voted on this book. I didn't vote on this book. They voted on this book because I don't want to keep saying that out loud on the internet because, you know, everybody's listening and watching. But this is what we're going to read. Let's check out the synopsis and see what we're getting into. This book is by Bella Mackey. I have killed several people, some brutally, some calmly, and yet I currently languish in jail for a murder I did not commit. When I think about what I actually did, I feel somewhat sad that no one would ever know about the complex operation that I undertook. Getting away with it is highly preferable, of course, but perhaps when I'm long gone, someone will open an old safe and find this confession. Okay, the public will reel. After all, almost nobody else in the world can possibly understand how someone by the tender age of 28 can calmly kill 6 members of her family, then happily got on with the rest of her life, never to regret a thing. When Grace Bernard discovers her absentee billionaire father has rejected her dying mother's pleas for help, she vows revenge and sets about to kill every member of his family. Readers have a front row seat as Grace picks off the family one by one, and the result is as gruesome as entertaining as this wickedly dark romp about class, family, love, and murder. But Grace is imprisoned for a murder she did not commit. Perfect for fans of Killing Eve and My Sister the Serial Killer. Yes, I felt like it was giving something like that. If y'all haven't read My Sister the Serial Killer, what are you doing? That book is quite the thriller. But anywho, looking forward to it. 355 pages of craziness is what it sounds like. And the next book that I'm going to read for March is another book club read. And this is the last book. All right, okay. So None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell is a Chapter Chicks book club read. It's due this month. We meet every 6 weeks. So if you aren't seeing our monthly reads, it's because sometimes it falls on a different month. But we read every 6 weeks, and this is the book that we chose, and it's due at the end of March. So it says, oh, she was a nominee. She didn't win. A nominee for Best Mystery and Thriller of last year. So Lisa Jewell returns with a scantily, I don't know the word, new psychological thriller about a woman who finds herself the subject of her own popular true crime podcast. Okay, y'all like true crime podcasts? I never got into it, but I hear the people that love it, right? Celebrating her 45th birthday at a local pub, popular podcaster Alex Summers crosses paths with an unassuming woman called Josie Fair. Josie, it turns out, is also celebrating her 45th birthday. They are, in fact, birthday twins. Oh, don't you love a birthday twin? A few days later, Alex and Josie bump into each other again, this time outside of Alex's children's school. Josie has been listening to Alex's podcast and thinks she might be an interesting subject for her series. She tells Alex on the cusp of great life changes in her life. Josie's life appears to be strange and complicated. Although Alex finds herself unsettling, she can't quite resist the temptation to keep making the podcast. Slowly, she starts to realize that Josie has been hiding some very dark secrets. And before she knows it, Josie has, I don't know that word, her way into Alex's life. So I guess like weaseled her way. That's another word for that word. And into her home. But as quickly as she arrived, Josie disappears. Only then does Alex discover that Josie has left a terrible and terrifying legacy in her wake, and that Alex has become the subject of her own true crime podcast, with her life and her family's lives under mortal threat. Who is Josie Fair, and what has she done? 380 pages, y'all. So this was published last year. I've been seeing it everywhere, and we finna see what it's talking about. So, are you guys gonna read any of these books? There's some pretty good ones, right? If you've made it this far in this video, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment to this video. And lastly, don't forget to share this video with another fellow baby reader. And until next time, bye.